Welcome to Anime Saga. Let's discuss first those 5 manhwas for those people who basically are not into reading cultivation manhwas. The first one is Martial Peak. It's regarding to a particular boy named Yang Kai who with hard work and the opportunities in the martial Dao moves forward and becomes stronger. This MC is ruthless. He is kind to his friends and family, but is ruthless to his enemies. This manhwa has a lot of chapters, so it's a good read, and its translation is also pretty good. So you will definitely enjoy this. The second one is Apotheosis. This manhwa is basically regarding Luo Xing, who is also a weak character in the beginning, and he was treated as slave in his own family and was tormented, but he gets stronger by an opportunity, and then he also seeks revenge against those same family members who torment him. Initially the story begins with this, but it becomes a lot more when it moves forward, so you better watch it. It also has a lot of chapters, and the translation here is also pretty good. The third one is Battle Through the Heavens. It's also a story regarding a young boy named Xiao Yan, who's basically weak in the beginning, and he gets rejected from his fiancée. Basically the same cliche that he is weak and the fiancée rejects it because of him being weak. But as the time moves forward, he becomes strong. And if I tell the reason of how he becomes strong, then I will basically spoil the story. So you better watch it. It also has a lot of chapters and it's also pretty nicely translated. Fourth one is Soulland. Although Soulland has many of the manhwas like Soulland 1, 2, 3 and 4, but I like the second one the most. It is also regarding a particular boy who is very weak in the beginning and he becomes stronger in the later part. It also has a lot of chapters and it's also pretty nicely translated. Here the art is also different from the other 3 manhwas which I have discussed earlier. Fifth one is Tales of Demon and Gods. It's basically regarding to a particular boy named Ne Li who was weak in the beginning and becomes stronger, but then also he was not able to fulfill what he needs to do. Thus he dies and then gets reincarnated to his youth. It's also a pretty good manhwa. It also has a lot of chapters, nearly 600 plus, so you better watch it. It's very good. You will definitely enjoy it, and also its translation is also good. Now let's discuss the top 5 hidden gems for those people who are actually into watching the cultivation manhwas. The first one is Habuk Payang's youngest son. Basically it's a story of a person who was very diligently fighting for his own clan but gets betrayed by his own clan's leader and dies. He later gets reincarnated to the same clan's leader's another son. So it's a good manhwa. Basically read it and you will definitely enjoy it. Here also the MC is good. He's ruthless. He is kind to the people he loves, but he is ruthless to his enemies. It has more than 20 chapters. Its translation is good till now. Next one is Ultimate of All Ages. Basically it's a story of a person who was OP in his previous life and who is OP in this new life. Initially he was weak, but in this new life, but then gets OP. It's also a very good manhwa. Its power leveling and everything is mentioned clearly, and the translation of this manhwa is also pretty good. You'll definitely enjoy it. Next up is Eternal God Emperor. It's basically a story of a person who gets killed by his own fiancé and then gets reincarnated to a body of a person who is trash in martial arts. It's also a pretty good manhwa. Its story is also cliche as many of the manhwas, but this execution is pretty nice. Its translation is good till now. Next up is Attribute Extractor. It's a story of a boy who is initially weak, he gets stronger, and he also have the ability to extract attributes, by the help of which he gets stronger. It's a pretty good manhwa. It has 32 chapters and it's having a good translation up till now. Next up is Rise of the Demon King. It's a story of a boy named Xiaolang who awakened a divine spirit which was considered to be useless, but it isn't. It's also a very good manhwa and it has a lot of chapters. Also, its translation is pretty readable. I'm not saying that it's as good as the other ones, but yeah, it's pretty readable. Thank you.